Just left Patricia Fowler's home, and again, she wanted this opportunity to tell her side of the story. She is adamant that the children are alive, but police say that she has told them lie after lie, that she has given them several names and family names and also phone numbers of who these children are with. Police have looked into all of this, and they say that none of her stories have panned out. This is Yvonne and Inesha Fowler when they were newborns. Today, they would be 17 years old. According to police, they have not been seen or heard from in the last decade. Now, when Fowler welcomed our cameras into her home, she told me that she was a struggling single mother years ago when she made the tough decision to give up her children. She says their father was in and out of jail, and she sent the kids to live with a family friend named Cheryl Willis. Fowler was recently charged with concealing the whereabouts of her children, and she was accused of giving police several false leads. Bottom line, what is your ultimate truth about Yvonne and Inesha?
That they were a friend of mine.
Where?
In Georgia.
And they've been in the state of Georgia since they were how old?
Since they was like 13.
Were they in North Carolina before that?
Yeah, when they was younger, like 5 and 8.
With that same friend? Mm-hmm. And then they moved?
Yeah.
That family friend that she told me, Cheryl Willis, is a name police have never heard every time they have questioned her. That name is someone that they are now looking into, trying to verify if that woman exists. Now, Fowler's 18-year-old son also sat down and had an interview with us today as well. He says that he has been in contact with Yvonne on social media during the last month, even claims that Yvonne was in Pittsburgh today, but was getting on a bus to go back to Georgia. His interview is on camera. You will see more of that tonight at 11 o'clock. He also gave me a phone number for that missing teen. I called the number. It goes straight to voicemail. Police say that that number is something they have been trying to use and contact for the last several months. They too have not been able to reach anyone. Now, Fowler and her son sat down with me for about 20 minutes this afternoon. I will have more on their story tonight at 11. Before I ask any questions, you've already seen the coverage on the news. You know what's out there. What do you want to say to set your story straight?
Well, what I want to say is like 10 years back, you know, a friend stepped in and helped, you know, and then when everything was okay, I said, since he was like 8 years old, and he closed the case, and then it was never a problem until like this June. And for the records, I wanted to say that they will be 18 in October. You know.
When that friend stepped in and police asked you about it this past June, did you give them that friend's name?
I gave a phone number.
And were they able to contact that person?
No, I guess they didn't really, you know if it like, you know, active, but I just told them you got to call.
Who was that friend and where were they staying at the time when they came to help you?
Well, there's from down North Carolina.
Was it family or a friend?
No, a friend.
It's a friend. What's the friend's name?
It was like a family towards me, but it's a friend.
So a close enough friend, you considered them a family member, and they offered to help you with the children. Mm-hmm. Why did you need help at that time?
Because I was, you know, struggling and didn't, you know, it's a lot taking care of a big family with no help.
How big was your family at that time?
Like I had 4 other kids.
4 other kids. You had 6 total. Mm-hmm. And have you been in touch with Yvonne and Inesha since?
Throughout the years, I've been in touch with them on social media. So throughout the years, I've been in contact with them.
And where are they now?
They, Georgia.
They're in Georgia right now. Your son had said maybe that Yvonne is in Pittsburgh, but on his way to Georgia.
Yeah, I didn't find out till he told me on social media. Because I don't have no phone now. They kept my phone. And I don't have no way to contact but social media.
Where do you think the problem came into place? And let me back up just a minute. According to the criminal complaint, police are saying that you presented different stories with different names and different phone numbers, none of which panned out. Where is the problem?
Because at the time, being I have a learning disability, it's like a lot of questions is asking me, and I didn't understand. It's like 3 of them have been there, kept asking the same question, like interrogating me, I feel like that was the problem when it came in. And I didn't know what the, you know, and I knew for a fact I didn't sell my kids and they're not missing.
Why did you, according to police, they say you told them you sold them to a woman named Barbara. Did you say that?
No.
You never said to police you sold your children for $2,000 apiece to a woman named Barbara?
They tried to put that up in there as they was saying stuff like that. And I just came with like a name and stuff. But I didn't sell my kids.
And you never said that to police?
No, I never sold my kids. You know, so.
When you see this on the news, emotionally, how do you feel?
I feel like they like, but I didn't understand a lot of stuff. It's like they twist the stories. That's how I'm looking at it. Like, because I didn't understand. I didn't have nobody there to help me, like, understand the stories that they, understand the answer, the question they answered me. I didn't understand all our questions.
In the criminal complaint, it also says that you told the children's father that the children were with family in North Carolina, which is what you are saying now. But it states that you then said that was a lie.
No, I didn't say that was a lie. That's how they put that on there. I was like, no. Patricia, I didn't tell them at the time. I just said it was like a family member, but I didn't tell them at the time who it was.
Bottom line, what is your ultimate truth about Yvonne and Inesha?
That they were a friend of mine.
Where?
In Georgia.
And they've been in the state of Georgia since they were how old?
Since they was like 13.
Were they in North Carolina before that?
Yeah, but they was younger, like 5 and 8.
With that same friend? And then they moved?
Yeah, so now I had contacted them throughout the years. Over the year I had contact through them. But when they moved, it's like I don't have no information about the move. Being that I get the cops the number, and it's up to them. They got to call and get all the information from this friend.
Patricia, can you understand the concern that investigators have,
right,
wondering if your children are alive or dead? Do you understand where their concern comes in? Do you recognize that the story in their eyes has not been straight?
Yeah, it has not been straight. Yeah. What you mean by that? Like,
sure, I'll better explain.
Yeah.
Police are saying that they've heard different stories from you about where the children are and have been. And police are also saying that you've been admitting that you've been lying about their stories. That is why they have concerns about whether or not the children are alive or dead. Do you understand how they've gotten to that point?
No.
Are your children alive?
Yes. And I did not sell them. And on social media, it could prove that my son stayed in contact with his brother. His brother found him on social media, and that's how I've been in contact with him like that.
Are we able to get in contact with Yvonne and Inesha?
Through a phone number, yeah.
Okay, you have a phone number for both?
I gave it to the police station. My son got it on their computer on this social media thing.
Do you know what they're up to these days in Georgia?
Well, my son pretty much been talking to him on social media, so you pretty much got to ask him. You know, so I'm like, I know they're doing good, and they upset about the whole thing.
They're aware about what's been going on in the news.
And right now, my daughter's like, she don't want nothing to do with me. She don't want no contact with me. So that kind of hurts too. That I found out that she don't want no contact with me, don't want nothing to do with me. Because there's a lot of explaining I got to say to her.
She doesn't want the contact in light of what's happened just in the recent months?
Yeah. Like, I got to explain to her as she get old. I got to explain to her, like, why did I made the decision that I made at the time.
Why don't you say that now? As a mother, when they were 7 years old, you made the decision to have a family friend take care of them. What took you to that decision?
Just like struggling all that over the years, you know, struggling, no helping hand.
Were you a single
father
mom?
Father was never in his life. Off and on, he was like in and out of jail. So it was like, it was hard. It's hard.
And as a mom, you just want to do the best you can for your children.
Yeah.
What's it been like these last several years, just without them? How has
sad, wondering, you know, wish I wouldn't have done that. They said, you know, do it all over again. I would never have done it.
You would not have done it?
No.
Why?
Because, you know, keeping the family, I just miss them a lot. You know, keeping the family, you know, and they've been there now. They're getting older now. I just wish I would never did it.
Has this been one of the most painful things you've ever dealt with?
Yeah.
Explain that to me.
Like, it's hard to explain. It just hurt. That's all I could say. It just hurt.
It hurts not having seen them grown up.
Yeah, throughout the years, yeah. Pictures and stuff, yeah, it hurts. By them not being here with us, the family together.
Have you, you've been in contact on social media, so have you seen pictures of them growing up through the years?
No, I've been wanting pictures, you know, and I just never had got mailed back pictures. And then I moved the last couple of times. I moved myself, you know, and I lost, you know, address and stuff.
Let's just be clear for the record. Give us the name of the person that the children had been in the care of since they were 7 and 8. Who took care of the children?
Her name was Cheryl. That was a real name, Cheryl Willis.
Cheryl Willis?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, yeah.
Is this the same, or is it Cheryl Walker?
No, that was not Walker.
Cheryl Willis, and that's not the same person as Cheryl Avery?
No, it's not the same person.
Okay. So the names Corey Brooks, Cheryl Walker, and Cheryl Avery were never stated by you.
I don't know who Cheryl Avery, like.
Cheryl Walker, according to police, is now Cheryl Avery.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not. No.
So you don't know Corey Brooks?
No.
You don't know Cheryl Walker? You don't know Cheryl Avery?
That's like a cousin.
Cheryl Avery
Yeah,
is
that's a cousin, yeah. Cousin of mine.
But Cheryl Willis has had the children.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be willing to give her phone number to us so that we could contact her?
You got on social media?
At a later time,
okay, yeah.
or social media. Okay. Then let's...
You want to say anything?
I want to revisit one more thing, okay?
Yeah.
Because this is something else that has been presented in the news, and this is an opportunity for you to present your side of the story.
One statement.
Well, okay.
About the question that they asked me to use at the police station.
Right.
That's what I did.
When she was at the police station?
Yeah, I want to interview on that part right
Okay.
Yeah, because a lot of things I didn't understand. I'm like.
We'll do that, okay?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this part, though,
I still
too,
don't understand a
because
lot.
this was also presented, and that was what happened to Ivan when he was 2 years old. According to police, he had burns on 46% of his body. Is that true?
Yeah.
What happened?
It was like when they was younger, him and my son, he like was in the tub together, and I was like going to get clothes down the basement, and I heard him scream because he had turned the shower on, and my son been suffering for that ever since. Like, you know, he's grown up now, but we don't look back about it, you know. But when that came on, I was like,
was that a tough point in your life?
yeah, because he suffered enough. As growing up, you know, with my son dated, he suffered enough.
Your older son has suffered just knowing what happened that
yeah,
day.
that when he was younger, he didn't know no better. So, you know, I can't punish him. You know, this was like hurt about the whole thing.